Welcome to the Omega Studio News and Talk Show Tea. I am Kareem Clemens. This is news you can use. Oh wait, yeah, I'll bring you on in a minute. Just roll that, Joe. Oh. Welcome to the Omega Studio News you can use. I'm your host, Kareem Clemens. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for following me right here, right now. Today is March the 18th, 2020. It is Hump Day, Wednesday. These are your stories. Okay, so I do know that we are experiencing a lot when it comes to this outbreak. So I'm going to start with that, the coronavirus and the breaking news. The breaking news is that, is it possible that the government can or will be giving every citizen $1,000 or perhaps more? We're going to go to the source right here, right now. We do have the latest. I can tell you, in the wake of the coronavirus, a lot of people are saying that the administration is looking to compensate the American citizens after we are experiencing an economic downfall where things are being closed, shut down, people are losing their jobs, they're getting laid off. And this one idea, as we know from Andrew Yang, who was running for candidacy for presidency, suggested that at that point, if he became president, he was going to give every citizen $1,000. Well, now the Trump administration is now looking into that idea. So I want to go over to Andrew Yang and give you guys some information on are we really going to get this $1,000? Okay, so let's go to Andrew Yang because we can see that the administration did reach out, or Andrew Yang did reach out to the administration and also the Treasury Secretary. We're going to go here and get the latest from Andrew Yang Twitter. Okay, so on Andrew Yang Twitter, I'll show you here, right now. There is a video where Andrew Yang is thinking. Let's tune into this video right here, according to New Day. Andrew Yang retweeted. Okay, praising Trump administration proposal. Let's listen in. Okay, let's listen to this.
Campaigned on a universal basic income, which is $1,000 a month for every American adult. What's being proposed now by different parties is some kind of a stimulus. It's not the same thing as the UBI, but it's either a $1,000 check to people making under $75,000, maybe $100,000, maybe it's a few infusions of cash to Americans over time. But there are some similarities. What do you think of these proposals, and just how does it feel to be discussed the way you are right now?
Well, certainly I would never wish for these circumstances. I think putting money into the hands of American families is vital right now because we're facing a recession immediately, and it's going to potentially teeter into a depression. Putting money into people's hands will just help keep us afloat during this crisis. It doesn't solve many of the economic issues, but it's a stopgap that we have to do. I certainly would never want to be, proven right in this particular type of situation. You never wish this on our country, but putting cash into our hands is a must do. And I'm thrilled that it seems like Congress and the administration are moving to do this as quickly as possible.
But Andrew, isn't it just a little crazy that when you first proposed it, people were like, what? I mean, it was jaw-dropping, it was so radical, and now the Trump administration is proposing it. I understand we're facing a pandemic, but the speed with which your idea has caught fire, do you find that remarkable?
Well, I never dreamed that I would suspend my campaign in February and then we'd be implementing universal basic income in March. Like, that was certainly never something I could have imagined to be possible. But I'm thrilled that my campaign might have advanced some of these solutions right in the nick of time to help us address this crisis.
What's the level of contact you have with the White House on this matter now? Because you said there had been some.
Yeah, my team has been in touch with their team. That they've asked for resources that might help inform some of the policies, and we're sending them any information they want in terms of the studies that show that cash infusions make people healthier, mentally healthier, more productive, more trusting. It's vital in this kind of situation. We just want to help the country move forward through this crisis, and we'll do anything to help the administration implement the right policies.
One of the big differences, not only is yours forever, I mean, you're talking about $1,000 a month forever, but you also don't have any kind of means testing on purpose. Part of the economic theory behind your plan is that everyone gets it, from Warren Buffett, to the rest of us here. So why do you think everyone should get some kind of a check rather than just people making below $75,000 or $100,000?
Well, people's circumstances can change awfully quickly. I just heard from a restaurateur who made a lot of money on paper last year, but now their restaurant's closed. They plowed everything they have into the business. And they're saying, look, like, I know on paper it might look like I'm flush, but the truth is, like, I'm in desperate circumstances right now. I mean, we're in a situation where it's all hands on deck. We should just be putting money into people's hands. And it's hard for the government to draw lines in the best of circumstances. Like, even if we had time, if you had to figure it out, we don't have time. We're much better off just putting money into people's hands and trusting that it's going to end up finding its way back into the economy, back into local communities to help keep us afloat.
I mean, very, very quickly, one of the proposals is just $1,000, just a one-time hit of $1,000. What do you think of that proposal?
Well, I think it needs to be regular and predictable, either $1,000 a month, because we're not sure, or more per month, because we're not sure how long this crisis is going to last. And if we put $1,000 in your hands at the end of March, this could extend into April, May, June, and that money is going to evaporate. So we either need to go much, much bigger. Overall, we need to think much, much bigger about the situation we're in. I mean, when the house is on fire, you don't worry about how much water you're using. You have to put out the fire. We're in the precipice of a new Great Depression, and we need to act fast. So it should either be regular installments or very, very big. I think big and regular is the right way to go.
Okay, so we have just watched Andrew Yang, former president candidacy, Andrew Yang, who was running for presidency of the United States. He had this plan that if he became president of the United States, he would give every American $1,000. So it seems like the Trump administration is now looking at this idea saying, hey, listen, he made this statement, every American should just enjoy their living room. And, we hear that Amazon is looking to hire 100,000 workers because people are now ordering online and demand has skyrocketed because nobody's going to these stores. The stores are closed. They have curfew imposed. And I will get to this madness that might be happening in New York, where the mayor is looking to impose not a shutdown, but it's called a city curfew. But I'll get into that. But right now, this whole idea is not the administration of Trump idea. Okay, it didn't come from them. It came from the man right there, Make America Think Harder Math, Andrew Yang, the Yang Gang, okay, who imposed to give the $1,000. So they say, hey, listen, every American is dealing with this. But I was reading an article, and this article in the paper was saying that Trump's similar plan to give each American $1,000. And then as I was reading down in the paragraph below, it said Trump says some people should get $1,000. Now wait a minute, hold up, okay? Well, first of all, we didn't ask for this virus. We wasn't expecting for this. We wasn't expecting to have to go out and social distance ourselves, or we didn't ask for these people to close the schools and libraries and gyms and stuff. We didn't ask that. So why are you going to just give some American money and not all? Okay, all is affected by this. Okay, it's not just some. We all affected by this. Okay, we can't go to Broadway. We can't go to restaurants and bars. We can't go to gatherings more than 50. We can't even go to funeral services. Okay, it's just ridiculous. So how are you just gonna give some when everybody is affected by this COVID-19 coronavirus? Okay, so here they're saying that they're reaching and working with conjunction with the Treasury, and hopefully they're saying that people should be getting checks in the next 2 weeks, or they should have something done in the next 2 weeks. Okay, we have March, we have April, we have May, we have June, we have July, and we have August. These are the days, these are the months that they're saying, and it even came from the administration, that's possibly when everything probably start to get back on track in 6 months. 6 months from now, okay, where things will start getting, start reopening and the social distancing starts to stop taking place. But my thing is this: right now, it's not just some Americans that need the money. All Americans need the money. Okay. We're all suffering from this. Okay, whether or not we go to the supermarket and there is no toilet tissue on the stand, there is no, any products on the stand. We all suffering from this. Okay, we're all suffering. So it's not just some Americans. We need to give all Americans. Okay, and I'm also seeing breaking news right here where they're saying that there are just a whole bunch of facts out there that I'm sorry, not facts, but fictions that are out there that are telling people if you do this or if you take that, it's going to prevent symptoms from COVID-19, which they're saying is not true. Which I'm now seeing here. Let me see. Let me go to this. But yeah, so I just wanted you guys to listen to Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang also had suggested right here. Okay, so if we look at it, okay, let's see. Let's go to this one right here. We're going to go to this video for Andrew Yang. Okay, I definitely want to stay on him because I didn't talk about the debt clock, but we're going to go back to Andrew Yang and we're going to listen to this video on what he has to say on the $1,000. Let me go to this one. Right, okay, so listen to this right here. This is where it all starts from. Where he tweeted. Okay, so President Trump and the Treasury Secretary says that they're looking into sending America checks for $1,000 each to migrate the economy. Take a listen to this video right here.
Me say, hey, everyone gets $1,000 a month. You're like, wow, that sounds too good to be true. It is not too good to be true. My flagship proposal is a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for every American adult starting at age 18. So that means that you would receive $1,000 a month every month. And this is a renaming of something called universal basic income, a policy that's been with the country since our founding. Thomas Paine was for it. He called it the citizens dividend. Martin Luther King fought for it in 1967 in his book Chaos or Community. And it is what he was fighting for every day up to the day he was assassinated in 1968. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists signed a study saying this would be tremendous for America. And it even passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971. it came this close to being lost. So this is not as radical as you might think. 44% of American jobs will be subject to automation in the next 20 to 30 years, 20 to 30% in the next 10 to 20 years. I mean, think about what that means. The most common jobs in the US economy are administrative and clerical, which includes call center workers, retail and sales, food service and food prep, truck driving and transportation, and manufacturing. Those 5 sectors are all going to shrink, and that's half of American jobs. And then you're looking at other white-collar jobs like insurance agents and financial advisors and accountants and bookkeepers, radiologists. Like, a lot of professions are going to get affected by this. So the way we fund this universal basic income is that we look up and see who's winning in an era of incredible innovations. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Uber. And then you look closer and you see Amazon paid literally 0 in taxes in 2018. How is that possible? How could a $1 trillion tech company pay less in federal taxes than you or your parents? And so the way we fund the freedom dividend is we join every other advanced economy in the world and have a value-added tax that then gives the American public a tiny slice of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad, every robot truck mile, and returns it to your pockets. And there is one state that's had a dividend for almost 40 years, where everyone in that state gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, no questions asked. Do you know what state that is? It's Alaska. And Alaska funds it with oil money. And what I'm saying to you is that technology is the oil of the 21st century. And what they're doing for Alaskans with oil money, we can do for all Americans with technology.
That's right.
And here's the great thing. When you get that money, you spend it, it circulates through the economy over and over again. We get back hundreds of billions of dollars in new revenue as a result. We also save money on things like incarceration, homelessness services, emergency room healthcare, and we have a population that's healthier, mentally healthier, better educated, more productive. So this is going to pay for itself in a way that will benefit us all. This is the trickle-up economy. And it starts with universal basic income of $1,000 a month for every American adult starting in 2021. And that is why I'm running for president.
Okay, so I wanted you to listen to that because, you know, again, Andrew Yang, the former president candidate for presidency, right there, you just seen, he actually had this idea, this bright idea. That's why I don't understand why this man is not the president of the United States. And I don't understand why people just didn't vote for him because they didn't see it fit. But again, this man right here, he actually proposed this whole idea of giving Americans $1,000. Now the Trump administration wants to partake into something that, okay, well, it's their idea, and that if he's going to give money to the American people, then he might become reelected again. It's not the president's idea. You should not just give the money to some Americans. You should give it to all. Okay. Okay. So that breaking news that I wanted to bring out to you guys is that the World Health Organization officially recommends to avoid taking ibuprofen for COVID-19 symptoms. Again, they're saying to avoid taking ibuprofen for COVID-19 coronavirus symptoms. And why they're saying that? So the World Health Organization said that people suffering from COVID-19 symptoms should avoid taking ibuprofen. Okay, after officials warned that the anti-inflammatory drug can worsen effects of the virus. So stay away from it. Okay, they're saying that anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen can facilitate and worsen the COVID-19 infection. In the meantime, we recommend using rather pharmaceutical, and do not use ibuprofen as a self-medication. That's important. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have symptoms of the coronavirus, COVID-19, they are saying do not take ibuprofen because it's anti-inflammatory and it can worsen the symptoms. Okay, please, if you're in self-quarantine, continue to self-quarantine yourself, continue to protect yourself and your family, And they're saying that if you are experiencing symptoms, to not go to the hospitals, but to go to your healthcare provider. And then what they will do is they will either send you to an area to get tested for specifically for the COVID, or they might do testing there. I'm not really sure. However, they might just send you home, because now they're saying that the most vulnerable are in the hospital, and they know that it's already sick people in the hospital. So with with this all happening now, it's like we got March, people are, and the number, I can tell you the numbers has rise. Okay, it has risen. Okay, the death toll has risen too. I'll take you into that as well. Okay, however, they're saying that you should go to your healthcare provider instead of going to the hospital. Go to your healthcare provider, and then they will send you. And then if it's a confirmatory, okay, then you will probably be either sent to the hospital or back home with further instructions. But definitely, you will be self-quarantined for no more than 14 days. But again, the World Health Organization is saying do not take any type of ibuprofen to subsidize or to control your symptoms, because it's just going to get worse. Okay, so within this, you're welcome. So with that being said, we're going to go on to this next story, because I think this next story is very important. This is about our Department of Correction. I know this is not Prison View or Prison View on Friday. I want to take this to you guys now in the jail system, because I did read that somebody in the jail system tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, and I want to take you to this information right here, right now. Okay, let's see. Coronavirus makes jails and prison potential death traps. They put us all in danger. Okay, so we're gonna go to. Okay, so we're gonna hear what they say about this. So according to Los Angeles, they're saying despite the worldwide censorship, right? Okay, so despite the worldwide censorship and the best measure people can take to protect themselves from the coronavirus, that there are more than 2 million people in the United States who cannot practice social distancing. And yes, we already know they cannot practice social distancing in jail unless they lock them down. Because you figure if everybody comes out for rec, everybody come out for lunch, everybody comes out to, mingle with each other, that's more than 50 people, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, it's like, how do you protect that? Now knowing that someone inside is positive for the coronavirus, not only that, but we have civilians as well as officers, correctional officers, which I did read that there were some police officers that tested positive for the coronavirus. So right here it says, as inmates in a local jail in state and federal prison, they are virtually defenseless against the virus. And I think at one point they had said that they were going to stop visitations. Once they had put out that notice that they didn't want people to go into the senior citizen homes, they didn't want people to go into the hospice homes, and it was cutting back on visitations at the hospitals. So now they wanted to cut visitation on visiting your loved ones. So according to social media right here, it's saying that they're virtually defenseless against the virus in jail, where quarters are cramped, inmates turning over and hiding thousands of people are admitted each day right off the street. These are people coming in from off the street, homeless people. They did say that a homeless person did have the coronavirus. Okay, those are more vulnerable as well because they're on the street and they don't really have money to go and buy sanitizer or hand wipes or disinfect certain things. So yes, I believe that $1,000 will go really great to help them out because they will be able to get the necessary protection that they need to protect themselves. So again, that $1,000 shouldn't be going to just some people, it should be going to all. You understand? Again, we know that they're vulnerable. They're just as vulnerable as people who are over the age of 60 years old or the elderly. You understand me? Like, we gotta get this together. This virus did not say, hey, I'm just gonna choose you. It's everybody's affected by this. Just like they said, either you infected or you affected. Okay? Let me say that again. Let me put this up. Whether you infected or you affected. And right now, majority of us, me, well, I'm not gonna say me, I am affected by this because again, everything that's on closure. But some people are infected with this and they are suffering. So again, the homeless people they are affected by it and soon probably will be infected if they don't get the help they need. Because again, they need masks, they need gloves, they need sanitizer, they need hand wipes, they need a lot of things so they can help pass this like everybody else. Okay, they are citizens just like me and you, and they have rights just like me and you, and they need help just like me and you. They don't have a living room to go and sit down and enjoy the comfort of their family. They don't have that. They are on the street. Especially look at Skid Row. Those are all people that are out on the street in tents, and the virus is just rampantly going everywhere. You understand? Again, like I said, it should help for all. So yes, so this article is definitely talking about how the crisis in the jail system. So the jail especially is highly or could be possibly contaminated or could be contaminated some days because we feel that, well, social media is saying that they need to take different steps because they cannot practice social distancing. If anything, what they probably do is put these men and women on lockdown for the next 8 weeks, 9 weeks. Say what? Okay, so we see here that they say certainty, this is a crisis for the inmate population, which is made up largely of people from social and economic marginalization communities and suffer disproportionately from medical and mental health problems. Okay? And then they're saying here that the average jail stay in Los Angeles County is around 10 days. An affected but symptom-free inmate could easily enter and leave the jail unknowingly, spreading the virus, and hundreds of others who also will leave, who leave in a week or two, and no jail, no prison, United States test. Every inmate either coming in or going out for the virus. There simply aren't enough tests available. So just like I said on my last show, that the billionaire of China is sending over 100,000, I believe, test kits and 1 million gloves. Okay, because it seems like when the government, the Trump administration, and I do want to apologize for my last video that I had a video up with the administration talking live briefly, but there was no audio, and I didn't even realize that. Because I was hearing it on my part, but I didn't put the audio on your part. So you're going to hear complete silence in his administration. Okay, we'll give it an update, but you can tune in on YouTube or on the WhiteHouse.gov and listen to that video. Okay, so we do know, again, they're not testing in jails. They are testing people who are being referred to by their doctors. So again, we need testing in the jail system, not just Los Angeles, not just California, but New York, not just New York, but Georgia, not just Georgia, but all states, because now all states has now been affected. And it does, all states have an infected person in their state, which I did report to you on the other day that there was just one state, West Virginia, that was no test had came back from that state. But now I'm telling you, now all states in the United States of America is positive with at least one case of someone who has been tested positive for the coronavirus COVID-19. Okay, so right here, right now, the Department of Correction is asking the government to step it up, send out some test kits, start testing people who are entering in and out of jail, because again, we don't know if they are positive of the coronavirus, and like they said, that they could possibly come in and affect someone and then leave, and then there you go, more people as affected by the COVID-19. Okay, I want to also move on to this next story, because they're saying that New York could prepare for shelter in place within the next 48 hours. So what does that mean? Okay, so I have some information here on it, but I also want to take you guys to some information that is on social media. Okay? Okay, so let's go here, and we're going to dissect on what does it mean for when they say New York should prepare for shelter. This is from the Eyewitness News. Okay, so we see here that according to Social Media Network, breaking news, New York would possibly see a lockdown. Well, according to the mayor of New York, he said that New Yorkers should be prepared for the possibility of a shelter-in-place order to stem the spread of coronavirus. He said, he added, expect the decision to be made within 48 hours. Okay, so we do see here is the latest in New York City live updates and news. So we can see here as of March 18, which is today, New York first drive-through COVID-19 testing facility being built in Staten Island. Okay, and then we know that the deaths increase. So now New York cases rise to 923, which I believe there is more. I believe that there's more. The number is higher than that. Okay, but they're now saying that that the additional the deaths has gone to more than 109, and death total is to 10 in cases at 923. Okay, we do see. I told y'all that about the NYPD officer has been diagnosed. It says here, NYPD officer has tested positive for COVID-19, and 17 of his colleagues have called out. However, the total of 31 officers called out sick in the first precinct. The other 14 are sick, not in relation to the coronavirus. Now they're saying that the Con Ed worker tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay? Then we see a Brooklyn College student test positive. We don't really know if they were in school or the Brooklyn College. So Brooklyn College announced that a student tested positive for the coronavirus, and the school will close on today. Okay, along with the school closure of New York City schools closing on 3/16 and opening up on 4/20 as we speak. But in the same way, they want parents to home teach their students, and as well as go onto the website to register your students so they can pick up an iPad or some type of device so they can continue to learn while they're home. It's not a vacation. It is definitely to take the time to learn and build up their credits so they can possibly graduate, or even if they need to be remanded on home tutoring, then their family can take this time and opportunity to homeschool them the way that they want to homeschool them. Okay, but the New York school is asking for those to register, those who have kids to register online with the Department of Education. And also they're saying that those students who was receiving breakfast and lunch, you can still go to the school and pick up breakfast and go home, and then you come back and pick up lunch and go back home. That's what they're saying. Okay, so yes, so New York is definitely looking possibly going to lockdown. I don't know, but that's what they're saying. Continue. So we do say that we do know that a lot of people are definitely upset too, because again, when they're going into these stores, there's a lot of price gouging going on. And this is where they are raising prices from like $1.99 to $3 or $4.99 to $8.99. They're saying that if price gouging is going on in your area, to definitely reach out to the Attorney General office and anonymously submit a complaint, because you have money and bad enough you're trying to save and you're trying to get your family into order to protect them. Okay, you don't want to go to a store and then have to purchase a bottle of sanitizer that was $1.99 for $4, $5. That's price gouging, and they wrong for that. And a couple of stores in New Jersey, definitely I read an article where a store was fined more than $90,000. Okay, and trust and believe, the mayor is saying that those stores that are not adhering to closing at 8 o'clock, they will get a hefty fine. So if you know any store owners out there that's not closing their restaurant or not closing their gyms or closing their area with more than people social distancing there, then they're going to get a fine, because they're saying that today is the day that they will now enforce these fines. When we look here, we will see Queens. So far, here's the latest breakdown. Queens, 248 people infected. Manhattan, 277 people infected. Brooklyn, 157 people infected. Bronx, 96 people infected. Staten Island, 36 people is infected, and we do know that they're saying that the number is going to soar up and possibly be more cases of infected and deaths. Okay? They're also saying that, okay, so it says people arrested with flu-like symptoms will not be taken into central booking or a precinct. I repeat, people arrested with flu-like symptoms will not be taken into central booking or a precinct. I'm not really sure where they're going to take you at. They probably take you to a hospital or to a makeshift camp that they're coming up with. But we do see here that they're not going to take you to central booking, because they don't want, if you have symptoms, like how we just looked at that article in Los Angeles, where they were saying that people coming into the jail system and they may be tested, they may be positive for the coronavirus and then necessarily be affected and then pass it on to someone else, and then they leave. So again, they're saying that they will not be taking a central booking, they will not be taking a precinct. We don't know where they may be taken to, but hopefully their rights are not going to be violated as well. Okay? Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended through March 24th. And all ride-hail pools such as Uber and Lyft are banned. People who are couple can ride together. Okay, so you cannot do hauling pools and Uber and Lyft. It's banned. So they're saying that if you're gonna get into an Uber and somebody is in an Uber and then another person's in an Uber, another person's Uber, and then you guys are going to carpool, it ain't gonna happen. They banned it. And if they see it, they're going to give you a fine. I did see this alert that came out on my phone But it did say that you could text, so the alert sent to all New York cell phones, similar to the M alert. I did get that yesterday. Residents to sign up for proactive info by texting COVAC to 692-692. Okay, 692-692. Okay, what was that? Okay, what's going on? Just doing my show. How you doing? Okay, so we're also looking at more as the MTA asking for $3.7 billion federal bailout. They're asking the MTA to they're asking for them to give money when it comes to the MTA, because we do see that people are not riding the trains. People are not riding trains. So we see here that the MTA says that ridership is down amid the coronavirus outbreak, and officials are asking federal government for $3.7 billion bailout. Now, that almost sounds like the porn industry. The porn industry asked for a bailout, they gave it to them. Now, the MTA is asking for a bailout because they're losing money because ain't nobody riding the subways. That's because it's so dirty and nasty that they should have had this all fixed up in the beginning. Okay, this is not something new. The coronavirus is not nothing new. This stuff been out for years. It's just now, it just stuck his ugly head up and saying that I'm about to do damage more than anybody can ever imagine. Okay, and now people are scared out the yin yang, and since the World Health Organization announced it as a pandemic, and now we are now practicing the new norm, social distancing, and we have to suffer from all type, day and night. Yes, day and night. We do have to suffer day and night. Can't go anywhere at nighttime. Can't go do anything during the daytime, and even on our televisions, either the programs are either going to be repeats or they're going to have shows without audience. But I can tell you on the rise, for those who are looking for jobs, Amazon is hiring 100,000 workers because the demand on online delivery has spiked, has gone out the wall. Okay, it's high. Okay, meaning that people are now home ordering like ever before. Okay, we do know that the business slowed to crawl across the cities. I've seen so many businesses where they say that due to the coronavirus, we are shutting our business down until further notice. Okay, some restaurants bans temporarily close. Also, some restaurants are looking to have delivery services for anybody who's looking to order. We do see that 4 Brooklyn net players has tested positive for the coronavirus. He had the councilman has tested positive for the coronavirus. We see another Yankee major leaguer tested positive for the coronavirus. We do see that formal candidacy, New York Mike Bloomberg and former mayor of New York City Mike Bloomberg is pledging $40 million to fight coronavirus. That's here that New York City mayor and billionaire Mike Bloomberg is announced on Tuesday $40 million to commit and to support immediate action to fight the spread of coronavirus in low and middle income. And speaking of low and middle income, I was reading a story where they said that a building was out of heat and hot water in Queens. It was a building out of water, and this building is a senior citizen building, and majority of these people are ugly adults, and they had no heat and hot water. Well, they had no heat and brown stuff coming out the water. You understand? So, you know, what's up with that? And y'all saying that the elderly is more vulnerable. It's like, come on now. Okay, so we see that a small group keeps New York St. Patrick. Okay, they did have that. The St. Patrick's Day was the other day. The parade, they said they didn't want to have it, but they had a little group that had it. Also, the flights return JFK. Ladies and gentlemen, go and do your go in and purchase your ticket right here, right now. Okay, because a round trip ticket for New York or Newark to Atlanta is $67. $67 for a round trip ticket. You can't beat that. Okay. I was actually watching the Queen's Supreme Court, and they was talking about how the tickets are cheap because they're about to go in on their trip down to Mexico for the Queen's Supreme Court, which I hope that's not going to stop them from going, like the coronavirus. However, if you want to go out there, they was talking about tickets under $200. But when I checked this morning, $67 round trip ticket. You can't beat that. That's because nobody's flying. Nobody ain't trying to be on no airplane and no isolated area, and someone is sick with the virus and coughing symptoms, and then next thing you know, you're in this tube and it's like you're infected. It's not gonna happen. Okay, but yes, again, we see here that the city of New York is definitely trying or may possibly go into lockdown. But when that story hits, when the mayor decides to come up with that, I will bring it to you right here on the show. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, so there was one story that I wanted to talk to you guys about too. Okay, at this time I want to go to the Omega Studio News update. Okay, I want to take this time out to shout out everybody who is tuned in. Thank you for liking. I did see my brother up here. Hello, how you doing? Let me see, my brother, Shaheed Clemens. Well, it's not Clemm, it's Clem1X. Okay, this is my brother, Shaheed Clemens. Hello, how you doing? Hope everything is all well. So shout out to him. Shout out to Daquan Jones. Yes, that $1,000 will definitely work for all. Good morning, Daquan Jones. How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, today is Hump Day. So yes, please like the video, share the video, and if you are not a subscriber on YouTube, please subscribe. Okay, so at this time, I would like to go over to the Omega Studio News page. Okay, I have not gone over to the Omega Studio News page to give you guys updates for the Omega Studio News for the past days. Okay, so I see that right here, is it up to date? Okay, so it's up to date. This is the Omega Studio News blog page. The Omega Studio News blog page. All right, and we can see here that if you want to go and watch some of the video and content for the Omega Studio News is right here on the page. Okay, that's what we see. Okay, Omega Studio News. Let's see here. Thank you to our moderators for updating the page. Omega Studios and TalkShowTea. Oh, that's my cat. Good morning. Welcome to the blog page for the Omega Studios TalkShowTea. If you missed out on the latest with Mr. Kareem Clemens, tune into the video above. Have a great hump day. And again, that is T.S. Madison, which we have said that in every post of 2020, we will add her as a GFI. Okay? And then if you want to get the recent news for the Omega Studio News and TalkShowTea, it is right here on your right-hand side. Okay? Then we're going to go to the session. Now, we do know that the session did take place with Daquan Jones and Al Nicholson. So the next session will be on the 18th, which is today. That's Talk Show T. The session will be on the 31st, which is on Tuesday. Now, let me explain something to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what's so different about this session and gathering is, again, this session is phone conversation. It is phone conversation where people are talking and they are on the phone and they're chit-chatting. They're not in the hands of, they're not like face to face with people. They're on the phone. So by them being on the phone, it's like, okay, well, I can't get this virus. I can't get this. I am definitely, I can't get it out there. I'm on the phone. So it's not like if somebody cough, they're going to get it over the phone. So that's the differences. Almost sound like to when I told you guys that, the church service this Sunday is saying, hey, don't come to church. There is an access number that you can call and you can definitely join in the conference service to morning services. Okay? So we say Live at 9 is going down on the 19th. So the session is one session that won't be canceled. Okay? Now, moving right along. Okay, so let's go to all new jury room and weekly news. Okay, so this is the last jury review that happened, that went down with the jury people on Monday with docket 03162020 with dishonorable judge T.S. Madison and Quai from Married to Medicine is on this video right here, right now. So if you guys want to tune into that for jury review right on my page, you guys can go up there and watch that. Okay? And also, let's go to, if you want to book online, you can go and book online me. If it's meant to be, come talk with me for free. Okay? The podcast, again, we have a podcast for the Omega Studio TalkShowTea. And then also my bio right here. And then if you want to contact the Omega Studio News and TalkShowTea with any gossip, news, or just something that you want to talk about, you can either hit me up here, or if you want to hit the members up for the TalkShowTea, you can go to their email, and you can do it right here, and they will get the email. And like, say, for instance, if you want to join the session, you can just go here and type in the email and tell them you want to join the session. Okay, this is our Omega Studio News and Facebook page on Facebook, like page, and then we have our Talk Show Tea after show, which we haven't had that in a while since our special guest Les Hall, and also the Talk Show Tea Star Post, as well as the Omega Studio News social media shout out. And if you want to tune into that guest after show with Les Hall, it is right here on the page. Okay, and again, let's go to. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. So if you want to go and follow on Twitter, is here. The Facebook like page is here. And if you are into the gaming, you can go to Speaker. That's SPREKER.com. That is the Omega Studios radio station, or our radio, the Omega Studios TalkShowTea. YouTube Gaming, and Omega Studios Live on YouNow. They have to take that down because I'm not on there anymore. Not as of now. Okay? So that is the update for the blog page. Okay? Moving right along. Okay, so at this time, I want to go to what is called the all-new Maddie Mob News. Maddie Mob News. This is the time when we go to T.S. Madison's page, and we go check her out to see what she's up to, since we have so many Maddie Mob fans. Okay, so we're gonna first start with Twitter, and we're going to go check up on T.S. Madison, and we're going to see what she's up to. Okay, the real T.S. Madison. Okay, we see that she submitted a tweet. Okay, just 53 minutes ago, tweeting the. Okay, so let's go to our girl T.S. Madison. All right, so Maddie Mob News. This is the real T.S. Madison, okay, who I love, the real T.S. Madison, dishonorable judge, the author, recorder, the head in charge, okay, and unapologetic herself in the flesh, right here, right now, the real T.S. Madison. Okay, so we do see right here that Maddie did just post 53 minutes ago that the Queen's Supreme Court that went down on with docket 03162020. All right. Then we see, let's see. Oh, actually, Funky Diva is a permanent judge. I just don't follow. Okay, so we do see here, let's see, people were shouting out saying that, okay, Quad gets it. She's not a permanent judge either. Quad is not a permanent judge. She's just a guest judge on the show. We normally see, I think the last episodes that Madison had, it was permanent. Miss Sophia was on there, and then we had Shekinah that was on there, and then we had Funky Diva. Those are the three permanent judges that I know that was on there. Okay, so we see right here the Queen's Supreme Court, and okay, so I'm not really sure. I think this is that behind the scenes, but we do know that video will be coming out. Also, too, we see that T.S. Madison is on Dr. Heavenly Help Us, and I think oh yes, well we do know that she comes on this show at 7 p.m. on Mondays with Dr. Heavenly. And we did see the first interview with T.S. Madison, but now we see here with Funky Diva and T.S. Madison on current issues. So if you guys want to see that, you can go to the YouTube page. You can go to the YouTube page and you can check it out. So again, we see both permanent judges. Well, one permanent judge right here. She actually, Dr. Heavenly was on the Queen's Supreme Court as a judge, and we see the dishonorable judge right there looking beautiful. Okay, so we see her there. So if you want to go and follow Dr. Heavenly, you can tune in on every Monday at 7 p.m. to watch her show. Okay. Again, we see another clip. Here is the Queen's Supreme Court and who's going to be on the show. Then we see right here the Bish Let's Dish with Bay King David K. Price, who is on Bish Let's Dish. Hopefully we get a Bish Let's Dish on Thursday, which she did say that the show will come out on Thursday, so you guys could tune in with David K. Price here and T.S. Madison. As well as, let's see, there was an additional, let's see, I think this is the recent one that they just did together, which is on March 15th. It wasn't a Thursday. That was a Sunday. Okay, so we might see it Thursday, we might see it Sunday. But we are getting clips from, or we're getting content from Bish Let's Dish. Okay, for those who like Bish Let's Dish, Bay Edition, Bay is not sleeping anymore. Bay is up and he is ready to get into the kitchen. Who knew Bay had a lot of talent? Because, you know, Bay was always sleeping. And, you know, he came at the end to taste the food, you know, but at some point he was sleeping. But now Bay is up. Bay is definitely in the kitchen right there, right now. You guys can tune in to Bish Let's Dish on Facebook. Okay? What else do we see? Okay. 22 inches, new weight 22 inches. Okay, and also too, like I said to y'all before, that I did announce here that, and I want to go down here again, that TS Madison did say that they were doing live shows at the Mix Atlanta, but I don't know if that's going to continue because I'm not really sure if that's going to be more than over 50 people. And if that's going to be over 50 people, you can't have gatherings over 50 people because it's the law now. Well, to stop the spread of coronavirus. So we do know that she's going to be at Mix Atlanta, but I don't know if it's going to be canceled. I don't know if it's going to continue. So let's go here. Okay, this is when she was on Dr. Heavily on March 5th. Okay, but okay, right here. This is the Queen Supreme Court, and this is where they will have the live sessions. I want to see if that link is up here. She did share the link where it's going to be at Mix Atlanta. So again, I don't know if that will be postponed, but I do know that the next live session is on April the 4th, I believe. Or it could be the 9th. I just want to get this information correctly to you guys. Okay, and if I can't find it, I'll definitely go back to my video and then show it to you guys. But again, we do know that the Queen Supreme Court will be doing live show taping at Mix Atlanta. But with this whole coronavirus, the whole gathering is like maybe it may still happen or it may not happen. So right here we see here, okay, this is it right here. All right, so let's go to this. Matter of fact, let's just open it up. Okay, we can't do that. All right, so let me just go to let me stop this, and then we're gonna go to Mix Atlanta, and we're gonna see that right here on Eventbrite. Okay, so again, if you just joined in, this is the all-new Maddie Mob News with T.S. Madison, where at this time I take the time out to talk about T.S. Madison and all the wonderful things that she's doing. Okay, so we do see that the first Saturday of every month. So the first one will be coming up at, let's see, select the time. So if we look at it, the next one will be April 4th. April 4th is on a Saturday. Again, with all this COVID-19 and quarantine and gatherings can no more than be 50 and you have to close. I don't know what the laws is in Georgia, but this probably be postponed. It might be postponed because, when it comes to the Queen Supreme Court, they get gatherings over 50. Okay? We get gatherings over 50. It's going to be in a closed and trap place. Again, we're going to see where this area is. Let's see. Okay, as we see right here on the map here, I believe it's somewhere over here. Could we make this bigger? Okay, so we do know that Mix Atlanta is somewhere over here, right? I just want to show y'all what it looks like. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I went too far in. Let's zoom in like so, like that, like that, like that. Okay, this is Mix Atlanta. This is where the Queen Supreme Court will have their will have their taping there. Okay, they will have their taping there starting on the 4th. But again, if there is any type of discrepancy, they might cancel. Who knows? They might still have it. It's all up to what, Madison says. If Madison says that they are going to continue it, they can continue it. If not, then I'm not really sure. But if you want your tickets, you can go up here and you can purchase your ticket again. Like I said, $30 gets you what? $30 gets you into the door, right? That's what it says. $30 gets you into the door. So if you look at it, $30 gets you general admission. This ticket serves as entry to the venue of the Queen Supreme Court live show. Standing only. Seating is not included. So if you want to purchase the general ticket, it'll be $33.46 with tax fees. These tickets is non-refundable. Excuse me. If you want to, and look at the time too, from 9 p.m. to 10:30, and if they have these curfews going on from 8 to, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Georgia. If Georgia has a different effect, then if it doesn't affect, then still, if you get your tickets, maybe she may postpone it to another day, or if it's still going on. We have not heard anything back from T.S. Madison on that, but I do want to express this to you guys here, that if you're looking to go to a live taping at Mix Atlanta every first Saturday of the month, you can go there. Okay, so again, $33.46 will get you a general admission for one ticket to the Queen Supreme Court, and you can go there. Again, no seats. You will get no seats, standing only. But if you go into the VIP, that will be $80 something. So let's see. That's $75 plus $620 fee. So about $81.20. And sale ends April 1st. And also, if you want this ticket, you include priority entry into the venue, guaranteed prime seating for the show, one complimentary premiere cocktail, full buff, and meet and greet following the show with T.S. Madison and a guest judge that night. So if you want to go up here, you can go to Eventbrite and you can type in the Queen Supreme Court live Atlanta residency, and you can purchase the tickets to see again. In the wake of the coronavirus, I don't know if this show will continue. Okay? So at this time, I will now go to, let's go to T.S. Madison Facebook now. We are friends on Facebook. Okay, and hold on. Let me see if we can go to T.S. Madison Facebook here. And see if anything is happening with T.S. Madison. Okay, so we're just going this one. Okay, so right now we see on Madison page, T.S. Madison is definitely, she just did the show with the guest judge, right? And we see that this is the show here. So she posts that up. So nothing really new on her page here. It's just talking about what I already covered on from her Twitter page. Okay. So again, this has been Maddie Mob News. All right, moving right along. Okay, at this time, I would like to go to the debt clock, which is the stock market for the OmegaStudioNews. Okay, the debt clock for the OmegaStudioNews. And we could go and look up and see where the numbers stand at. Like I told you guys, the debt clock did change. Okay, we're going to go into the debt clock. Okay, so the debt clock here still continues to continues to still, and numbers are even moving faster. Okay, and now with our economy on the rise, with this whole coronavirus, these numbers are now taking a full effect. Okay, so now we see the United States national debt is still climbing to, it's still in the numbers of trillion, 23 trillion, 23 trillion, 475 billion, 392 million and counting. Okay, we do see that the numbers are continuing to soar. With our U.S. total debt, we are at 76 trillion, 769 billion, 667 million and counting. Like I told y'all right here, there was some stuff that changed. Okay, where they did take out the drug overdose. They took out poverty. Oh no, they actually added it in. They added it back in. Okay, so yeah, so we do see living in poverty and food stamps. Okay, we do see that, but we don't see the whole death toll of drug overdose, and there was like something else that was here. Like a lot of stuff they took off. Like I tell you, a lot of stuff they took off. And if you want to see the original debt clock, you can go on to my previous videos and in the beginning, and you will see what I'm talking about. But again, we will see that these numbers will continue to change. You can come up here and move fast forward into the future, 2024, 2024, and you can see that our deficit has gone up to 30 trillion with almost past suppression of 91 trillion. And I guess once they give the Americans the money that they need to get back into the economy system after the coronavirus, we'll definitely see these numbers continue. But here they're saying that the poverty level will go down, food stamps will go down. You know what? Okay, so I do see it on here. Okay, so yes, so the full-time workers is on here as long as the part-time workers. But like I said, the full-time workers is probably gonna have some of these numbers in because it was, people are working full-time and part-time jobs. Let me see. This is 135, 176. Is this number down or up? 135, 176. 135, 176, and 31 million. Okay. So let's see what it is in 2020. 135. Okay, so they're saying that the number will go up. It will increase. Okay, so again, thanks to Andrew Yang, former presidency candidacy, Andrew Yang, who definitely was running for presidency and wanted to give $1,000 to every citizen. Thanks to him, he got me into this whole debt clock, into numbers, math, make America think harder. Okay, so again, this is the United States debt clock, which is the stock market for the OmegaStudio News. Okay? All right, moving right along. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in to this video. Greatly appreciate it. At this time, I will move on to any breaking news. So I do want to say that, I started, not working out, but I started running again. And actually it's on day 5. And I'm saying to myself, like, I want to run, but I don't want to run. But I could tell you that Friday, it's supposed to be 75 degrees. Did anybody hear that? It's supposed to be 75 degrees on Friday. Okay. So, wait, hold on. Okay, I want to read this. Okay, so this is breaking news. So Tasaki 6ix9ine, we're just gonna say 6ix9ine. Okay, 6ix9ine is being sued. Okay, 6ix9ine is being sued for $2-something million. Yes, I said that right. $2-something million, and I think this is because. Hold on, let me go up here and see if I can pull some information up with 6ix9ine. because I did bring him. The Omega Studio News and Talk Show T did talk about 6ix9ine on here. So let's see. Because we do know that 6ix9ine is being sued. Let's see. Okay, so breaking news according to the Daily Mail, or according to TMZ, we're going to actually go there, if anything. Hold on, let me see. We're going to go to TMZ, and Tekashi 6ix9ine, we're going to say 6ix9ine is being sued by Fashion Nova. Okay, so we're going to go right into the source, and we can see right here that 6ix9ine is being sued by Fashion Nova. You took our money and never said you're a criminal. Okay. There is 6ix9ine right there, Fashion Nova. So according to TMZ, it says 6ix9ine somehow managed to make even more enemies before he sprung from jail, this time racking up haters from Fashion Biz. They should already know, I already reported here on the show that, 6ix9ine had gave out a statement saying that, he definitely was not who people thought he was. He was just trying to stick out in the whole gang world because he just wanted to, portray this image. And that this image was that he was this tough guy. You could look at him with all these tattoos on his face and changing his hair, and it just looks stupid. Like, that just looked real stupid. And then he adopted the whole 6ix9ine, and then now, he apologized to his fans. He apologized to everybody, saying that it was just all a fake. Because after he was picked up by the FBI because he was robbing people, and he claimed he was in a gang, and then, he was doing a whole snitch with Chief Keef and what's his name, Jim Jones, and everything. Now Fashion Nova from TMZ is suing because they're saying that you took our money and you didn't tell us that you was a criminal. So according to TMZ, they're saying that Tekashi was paying advance $225,000 in October 2018, according to legal documents obtained by TMZ. We see here that the documents claim just 2 weeks after Tekashi got the wire, he was locked up, making him unable to perform his duties for the company. That's what I say, people got these contracts. Speaking of contracts, like with R. Kelly, he is in jail and he still has a contract with his music. And that contract is not being fulfilled after they paid this man money, and he can't fulfill that contract because he's in jail. And he probably will remain there. And I will bring some information up on R. Kelly as well, too, as breaking news. And also Jussie Smollett, if I can get there. So, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Okay, so we have breaking news. Okay, so breaking news. Nassau County is reporting now 142 cases, now bringing the total to 248 cases now. That's Long Island. Cases are still continuing to skyrocket in Long Island. Okay, but here we see that Tekashi promised to return $250K, but never did, and now they're suing him for $2.25 million. Now, hold on, let me see something. Okay, so let me just see this. Okay, so we do see that Tekashi is set to be released in August of this year, and he got a lot of making up to do in the outside world. Okay, so we see that they are asking for $2.25 million. Okay, let me just do this for a minute. I want to see this. I want to see how much is Tekashi 6ix9ine worth. Okay. Let's see how much is he worth, and we'll see if he has the money. Okay, we're gonna go to social media right here, and they're saying that 6ix9ine net worth is 5 million. That's what they're saying. So according to this, let's see right here. So let's see what 6ix9ine network is. So we can't say that I'm sure he has money. Okay, so right here it says that he's worth 4 million. I'm sure he has money. Last updated 2020. So I really believe that real name Daniel Hernandez, professionally known as 6ix9ine, will be given. You know what? I don't know why this is doing this. I know exactly why this is doing this. This. Goodbye. That's why it's doing it. Because I'm like, that's why that's doing that. Oh, these unnecessary apps that's popping up. All right, so yeah, so we do see as of 2020 that he is worth 4 million. So I'm sure that 2.2 million will definitely will not be a problem for 6ix9ine. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so let me go to R. Kelly. Being though I brought his name up, I want to see any news on him. I do know that was the case. Oh, the jury was not here, but that was the other person who was brought up on the docket where his former girlfriend was saying that R. Kelly made her eat feces out of a cup. That's what she put out in social media. I don't know what it is. If somebody made you eat that, I won't be telling nobody that. Like, I would be TMI, like, keep that to myself. Okay, so again, according to TMZ, we're gonna go back to TMZ. We do know that R. Kelly is still in jail. Okay, he was up for the bail hearing, but that was denied. His attorney took away his bail motion because at that time, on that day, they did say that he was going to be charged with more charges. So according to TMZ, they're saying that they are going to stay away from R. Kelly. His lawyers are going to stay away from him. And I think that's because, he's in jail. And they're saying that the coronavirus keeps lawyers away. I'm not really sure, but let's look here. R. Kelly is a man. This is R. Kelly right here. This is not a recent photo. This is an old photo. R. Kelly is still incarcerated. Okay? So R. Kelly is the man, truly tapped. Now that the coronavirus lockdown are in full swing, he cannot get to his lawyers. Even though prison official is insinuated it ain't personal. Kelly legal team tried going to see the client last Thursday at MCC Chicago, where he's currently behind bars, but we're told they were blocked from entering by the correctional personnel. And officials told them that it's due to the COVID-19 outbreak, which has made its way to Chilltown or Chi-Town. Okay, Chicago. We're told R. Kelly lawyers are not only wanting to check on his well-being, but also talk legal strategy, right? The last time R. Kelly face-to-face with his attorney was last week. It was around them, everything started getting canceled, which we do know that was where he was in court for his bail motion. So we do see here a rep for the Bureau of Prison in Illinois tell us that jail staff is suspending visits for the next 30 days. So that means no one can get a visit, but it sounds like they allow certain legal meetups by case. Also, too, speaking of jails, I do want to go to my boy Vinny Politic on social media, who was saying something about the jail system. Okay, where he did say that the jail systems are now, being full effect of, locking down stuff for the next 30 days. But again, we do see, circling back to R. Kelly, we told the team is trying to work out a schedule to see if to sing him more often than what is being outlined. Okay? Then it say, by the way, we're being told R. Kelly can still call his lawyers from inside the jail so they can do phone to phone. Obviously, that's nearly as ineffective as in person or sit down. Okay? So stay with the Omega Studio News and Talk Show Tea as story developed for R. Kelly. Also, I'm going to go to Jesse Smollett, the disgraced Jesse Smollett. Now, we do know that Kim Fox was now classified as the Democrat. She actually got picked as the Democrat nominee. So that's the lady who definitely was working with in conjunction to try to close these cases for the disgraced Jesse Smollett. Okay, so let's see if there's any news with the disgraced Jesse Smollett. We do know that the judge denied his motion to get rid of his lawsuit or his counterclaim. His charges was added against him again for falsely accusing, for making up a crime, and also for falsifying police report. So let's see here. So according to nope, we don't want that. That's a video. So we do know that he was indicted. There's no update for the disgraced Jesse Smollett. So I just see right there that there's just the same news that I've been talking about before, that he's already been indicted and now he might get jail time, who knows? And he's gonna have to pay that fine back to the city of New York. Not New York, Chicago. Okay, let me just see if there's any more breaking news before I depart. Okay, I did see that. Okay, so for my GTA lovers, GTA 6 will be out very, very soon. I don't know how soon, but it's going to be very, very soon. Guilty verdict in Navy wife's murder. MSNBC reporter says, I hope coronavirus kill people. Andrew Yang responds to White House goal of sending America money for coronavirus relief. I don't think the schools are going to open again. They're trying to say that the schools might be closed for the rest of the school year. Because if they're talking about August, and the mayor wants to do something now by closing it until 4/20 and reopening it after spring break, like I said, these places are not being sanitized, they're not being cleaned, so they're going to reopen after they say everything is okay, and then people are going to come in and what? Somebody could be carrying the symptoms and get sick all over again, just like how the breaking news, which they did say in Wuhan, China, that the source of where this outbreak happened at, they said that they had it controlled, but somebody just tested positive yesterday. Okay, so we see here heartful moment between Portia and Nene on episode. Okay, I did bring that news to you guys. The secret ingredient to your chicken needs. New York restaurants sell liquor to go, but only with food, says state. White spot in meat, a sign of TB, but thoroughly cooked can make it safe. Coronavirus lockdown, how long do we have to live like this? Amazon suspended shipment of non-necessary items to warehouse. Trump considering letting homeowners delay mortgage payment. Vanessa Bryant shares a touching tribute for the late Kobe Bryant. Can a federal government order a national quarantine? Apple announced new iPad Pro with camera that can scan 3D objects, and new MacBook Air. Flashback to Great Recession. The president wants to send similar checks to America. And no, each America does not use 3 rolls of toilet paper per week. That is in the breaking news section. Okay? All right. So, without further ado, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this session, the Omega Studio News. And oh yeah, I know that was just something that I didn't work on that one. Yeah, I'll get to that. Okay. Okay, so again, I want to take this time out to thank you guys for watching this show. And again, if there is any breaking news, I will definitely bring that up. Yeah, I didn't get to that because yeah, I know. Okay, so I do want to say that I have not gotten to the emails that was sent to me, but I can tell you that again, I do want to apologize for the whole no debt clock and no money mob news, but so I put it in today. Prison View on Fridays, yes, it will be here. Kobe Bryant Sunday, yes. And also Matty Mob News, we just did. Okay, but right now, if it seems like I'm doing more by staying on topic with the coronavirus, is because I believe it's very important that we all get information on this. And a lot of people are getting false information, okay, on the coronavirus. But I want to make sure that, here on Omega Studio News, we get the right information, because a lot of people feel that it is false information that people are putting out there online. I'm just saying. Okay. So again, I want to take this time out to thank you guys for showing up and showing out, liking, viewing, commenting, and also sharing. Okay. Thanks those who are here. Thanks those who are on their way. And again, share with your cyber friends. Continue to wash your hands. Continue to sanitize your hands. Look out for the elderly. Check on the most vulnerable. And again, stay safe. For more information, you guys could visit the blog page. Bye.
but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why